Hello everyone. Today is May 29th, 2009, and I am back with a different background. Don't ask, don't tell is the common term for the policy about homosexuality in the U.S. military. The policy prohibits anyone who demonstrates the intent to engage in homosexual acts from serving in the armed forces of the United States because it would create an unacceptable risk to the high standards of moral, good order, and discipline, and unit cohesion that are the essence of military capability. And today's question comes from Dan. And Dan asks, "Hey John, I wanted to know what you thought of the military's lame excuse of the don't ask, don't tell policy." Hello Dan, thanks for the question. I honestly didn't know this was still an issue and that this was still a problem that was still current. I think it's I think it's obviously very unfortunate that people think this way. There are thousands of people serving in the US Army that are gay. And for people to create policies to try to hide their sexuality in the military is unfortunate and very inappropriate. This policy is put into effect because if it were okay, then it would hurt the military standing and weaken our army. How so? I'm not quite sure. I think because they assume that men would just be sleeping with men everywhere and their relationships would distract them from fighting in a war. Obviously, this isn't true, and these people need to be educated. Our country has come so far in the last, 40 years, 30 years. You would think that the people risking their lives and dying for their nation would be the first on the list to be accepted. But it almost seems like they're the last. It's downright wrong. I'm not speaking from a biased homosexual point of view. This is a complete legitimate reason of why it's bullshit. And the one reason why it's bullshit is this one particular situation. Take me. I'm a 21-year-old guy who can very well be serving my life in the Army right now, but I'm not. My job, not serving in the Army and risking my life, but my job is to serve coffee at Starbucks. I'm able to be gay, I'm out to my boss, I'm out to my fellow partners who I work with, I'm out to my customers, who some of them know I'm gay, and everything is humpty-dory. You would think that in a job where you're serving your nation and risking your life to fight for your nation, that would be the first job where you would be accepted no matter what your sexual preference was. But it's not, and it's sad and it's horrible. So I think the policy is bullshit. I think that they really need to rethink their whole reasoning on having such a policy. And I also am sad for everyone who's serving in the Army how they have to still be in the closet and hide their sexuality. But fortunately enough, I know that the people out there aren't too probably concerned about being out and living a gay life. I think they definitely have other priorities like fighting for us. Thank you all. I do hope that when you come back to the land that you're fighting for, you'll be able to live a free life of equality. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for writing. On a lighter note, I would love to invite you all to join me on Twitter. I just created my account a few weeks ago, and I love it. So if you would like to add me, the link is on the sidebar, and I would love for you all to follow me on my daily routine. All right, guys, have a good day.